The Battle of Verdun by Colin Garrett. Introduction to the Battle of Verdun. The Battle of Verdun was a World War I victory for the French army. It is commonly known for the huge fights of slow destruction. Also, this battle is known for being the bloodiest battle in all of World War I. Over 500,000 French and over 400,000 German lives were lost. A total of over 900,000 people lost their lives in the Battle of Verdun. And if you ask me, that is a ton of bodies. Battle strategies. The Germans' plan was to force the French into a battle of slow destruction. This was the objective due to the regional dominance they had over the French. The Germans began to bleed the French army to death, but the French were able to perform unbelievable achievements. The French stopped the advancement of the Germans despite the losses they had. And here is the picture of the Battle of Verdun, and you can see some soldiers, and you can see a trench, and you can see like the dead trees and all the dirt of what war happens to the environment. This is what happens when you have a war. This is what happens to the environment. So this picture is really cool to me. Weapons used in the Battle of Verdun. This battle not only cost both sides men and morale, but also a huge amount of artillery. The Germans fired about 2 million shells in just the first 8 hours of the attack. So the Germans came out firing. They came out hard and strong. They were shooting to shoot. They're shooting at everything. Also, this was the first battle where flamethrowers were used. And I remember in an old Call of Duty game, like you had to unlock the flamethrower, or you had to like buy it as like a specialty weapon, and it was so overpowered. Also, it is stated that over 10 million shells still remain in the ground around Verdun. The city of Verdun. The location of this battle is very significant. Verdun is a national treasure to the French people. The wooded area around Verdun is still very dangerous because of all of the level of poison that is still there. It could take centuries to remove all the poison that is still there. And here's a picture of the Battle of Verdun. You got dates, and you got like where forts were, and it tells you how far the soldiers traveled. In conclusion, the battle was meant to cripple the French and force them out of the war, regardless the cost of soldiers. So it didn't matter how many German soldiers they lost. All they cared about was crippling the French and keeping them out of the war. However, the French were able to fight through and win the battle. This victory, the victory of Verdun, boosted French morale and showed they were a strong nation. The end.